physical training, strength training, martial arts, and then we'd end the day with weaponry. And we'd go out into the fields of Los Angeles and shoot, you know, all sorts of guns. It was really insane. I mean, it's really liberating and beautiful, and it's almost I think it's a little dangerous for me because now I finished the film and I feel like I could do so much, but I can do so much on film. It's like, oh, I can walk down that dark alley, it'll be fine. I can just drop kick it, you know, to the floor, do a suicide roll, and they're like, well, you know, they're not all stuntmen, and that's what I have to remember.
Right. There are real bad guys.
Yeah.
So what's the one thing that you can do from all that training that you never thought you would have been able to do?
Deadlift 300 pounds.
Really? And what about you guys? What is the wildest on-set experience you've had physically in playing these characters, and the wildest thing you never imagined you could do that you can?
Aww.
I just got so many. Pick a few.
The other day, sometimes I'm surprised at what they do actually let me do.
Right.
And just on that, because you guys were shooting at the same studio that we were at.
Fringe,
Yeah. And so we used to see like all the girls, I mean the guys from your crew, because you had a really healthy regime with what you had to eat, and we'd have these guys come in and go, can we have a soda?
No.
Just
we
kidding.
stole
Not you.
the golf cart.
The other.
We stole the golf cart and went to the soda raid.
Oh, did you? They were starving. They just had all, but then you'd also see all the girls and then all the statues and everything all dressed up in these like, our crew had a ball.
Well, just real quick, I was 30 feet in the air upside down shooting my UMP fully automatic rifle while they were lowering me, and I had to unload my mag as I was upside down in a harness. And as I got down to the floor, the gun control guy kind of was looking at me a little like freaked out. I said, "Are you alright?" I'm like, "What's wrong?" He's like, "The only other person I know that's ever done that, gone upside down on a wire and unloaded the UMP, was Ice Cube." And I was like, "That's awesome." I'm like right up there with it. I feel perfect, right?
I know what kind of. I ran through the woods the other day. I fooled myself. That's the fun. That was crazy. That was actually technically really quite ridiculous to learn all of that and then have to keep switching it in and out and know where you were going to go, and then we had the other girls come in to play. But that was fun. That was really, really fun. Learning both sides of the fight and both sides of the scene, and then trying to find, I'm not a very good fighter and I've never trained in any sort of martial arts, or I haven't boxed, but trying to find differences between different fighting stances and things like that. That was really fun. But I love all of that stuff.
And did your two characters fight differently?
Well, yeah. What I was going to say before is we call her Bolivia, so that's what we call her. Yeah, Bolivia's kind of tight and she shoots with one gun, and Olivia kind of her arms go everywhere. She kicks constantly. There's a few subtleties I'm working on more.
It's so much fun to get into the physical character. You know, I mean, and that's what I feel like, you know, when you're saying role models, that's the thing I feel like I didn't have, was like amazing female action role models to be able to sort of help, you know, understand what it's like to like punch a guy in the face really hard, you know, and just like understanding their body.
But that's like, I'm interested, can I ask a question? Because I've never actually hit anybody in my life. Have you? Because that's something that I think a lot of guys do. Have that experience, and I haven't.
No, playground squabbles.
Only people I pay, which sounds really wrong.
You know, it is true, your trainers are like, just go ahead, 50%. You're like, how do you know what my 100% is? Like, my 50% could knock you off your feet. Josh and I, when we were doing that, I was like, hey, let go of the thing, like let him really hold me. And for the first couple days, it was great. And then Josh was like, or we could just put a little bit of it. Yeah, it's fun. It kind of amps it up.
Now for the TV actresses, how much input have you had in the characterizations of your characters? And are there times when you say, guys, you know, Juliet would never do that, or Olivia doesn't talk like that, or Erica would not say that? I mean, how much have you been able to actually have a lot of say in what you do?
I think this is my first ever, like American TV show, so I think I'm sort of learning how much, what that give and take kind of is. But then another part of me thinks, and this is just my opinion, I like the challenge of justifying what I've been given, and interpreting it my way, and that's kind of the stain that I put on it, I guess. But, I've been saying, I want to play, the Olivia from the other side for ages, and you got that, so maybe I have more influence than I go.
I talk all the time about things that I would love to have happen, and I was pretty quiet on Lost because it didn't feel, it felt like I was kind of on someone else's bus, on someone else's ride, and I was really respectful of that. But I did get one episode called The Other Woman, and I read it. I was so excited. I opened it. It's like Christmas when you know it's going to be your episode, and I read it and I went, oh no. And I called and I said, hi, guys, hey, this feels okay. It feels. And it started like that, really sweet, and it went into, I don't understand what you're thinking. This is a terrible idea. So they were like, is it gonna be okay? Do it. It's gonna be okay.
And tell us what that episode was, if everyone doesn't know the
It was
title.
just Juliet goes back in time, or it's in the past, and she has an affair with some guy that we kind of have met and haven't met before, and she's in a bikini, which is kind of what sparked it immediately. I was like, really? Bikini on an island? Like, really? Like, she all of a sudden just puts on her bikini. Anyway, it was lovely. Kind of a little fight of fancy, but they are so amazing, and they are so lovely that after it aired and it got the praise that I thought that it might, they called and said that I was right. So it was really cool.
Damon and Carlton told us that story too, and they admitted you were right all
You know
along.
what? To me, that's some brilliance right there. Like people who are just getting in there and trying to figure it out.
Right.
I love that. I would love to be wrong. I love to be wrong because then I can figure out what's right. Just being right, what am I gonna learn?
Right. Now, for you guys in Scott Pilgrim, did you have a lot of input in your character, or were they pretty much written all out, or?
No, what was really cool about shooting Scott Pilgrim, or getting, before shooting, was that Edgar Wright is just this amazing, passionate storyteller. He's this clear vision in his head, but he's also so open to having us kind of go over each of the characters with him, and we rehearsed it, and we worked together, and it was just, as well, let things kind of organically come, and it was just the chemistry that we had on set with each other, and just kind of like, we were able to just have fun with it, and I think that's what makes it really cool.
I think it was harder for us to have input as far as sort of, or character, I don't know if the character do that or this, because
Right.
it's based on the graphic novel, and it's so true to the graphic novel. We really wanted to be down to every little detail. We wanted to really be true to that. So I didn't question anything. I was like, this is perfect. Every line is gold, and we're good.
Now, Elizabeth, how's it been going from Lost to V? And your character in V is so active, and you're an FBI agent, and you're head of this resistance. You're doing a lot of stuff. And how has that been, that transition?
It's been really interesting. I think that, the show has been kind of finding its feet, I guess. So that's